This is Bob Sansevere with TwinCities.com, web sports producer Kevin Cusick. Kevin, last year, a former Vikings wide receiver, Randy Moss, was in the Super Bowl.
Was he a Viking?
Nothing. I heard he was for a little while. Another guy, wide receiver with the Vikings, now a member of the Seahawks, played in all of 2 games, 1 regular season against the Vikings, 1 postseason, got hurt, got the concussion. Percy Harvin, I actually think if he stays healthy, he will be the difference maker.
Well, he's been talking a lot this week about how great he feels and how rejuvenated and how he's been blessed because he finally got to the big game. Of course, he got to the big game catching 1 regular season pass and getting his head knocked off twice in the playoff game against New Orleans. The interesting thing Harvin said today, or yesterday, was that he was mad when they took him out of the game and tried to get his helmet back in the playoff game against New Orleans when he got his basically back-to-back of headshots and the concussion. The coaches wouldn't give him back his helmet. So he is chomping at the bit to get into the game. The question is going to be, what good is he going to be if he has no chemistry with his quarterback, Russell Wilson? How is he going to fit into the Seattle offense?
I will tell you that it's not just the offense. He doesn't need to have chemistry when he catches the ball in the end zone on a kickoff and he returns it, not necessarily for a touchdown, but 40, 50, 60 yards and sets up the offense. I think his impact will be as a receiver. It'll be he'll run the ball a bit and he will certainly return it. And he is the X factor in this game because you know he's going to be fresh. He hasn't played.
Yeah, but he is so fragile at this point that any single play he could pull a hammy, kind of stretch his groin out or get hit in the head again. That's why the idea of him returning kicks, I'm not really gung-ho on it.
The only thing that
they decided on that for sure?
Oh, there's no question. You absolutely put him back there on kicks if you want to win. This is what they traded for. They got him to win the Super Bowl. And frankly, I don't know, think it matters. They got to the Super Bowl without him, but if they will need him to win it. And I think they're going to use him in every possible way. You don't hold anything back in the Super Bowl. You don't try to protect him for what? A pass that might be thrown to him, a handoff that might not be given to him. His impact will be on kickoff returns, and certainly even if he doesn't catch a pass, he has to be respected by that secondary, which could open things up for Baldwin and Golden Tate. Yes, they absolutely have to account for him.
I think one of the most overreacted to things about the Super Bowl, besides Richard Sherman, is the idea of Seattle's defense being so overpowering. Sure, they were the best defense in the NFL this year, but this is not the 85 Bears. This is not the 2000 Ravens. Denver is going to be able to put up some points on them. So Seattle is going to need to score. The game, Denver is going to be at minimum in the 20s. So Seattle's going to have to get there. And the question is, can they do that without Percy Harvin playing at least a side role? And I don't think they can. They need him to have a decent game. And what they really need is Marshawn Lynch, who today broke his record by talking to the press for 7.5 minutes before bolting.
Well, good for him.
He's the key offensive guy for Seattle. But Harvin has to be a factor, too.
And I think Harvin will be a factor. Again, presuming he stays healthy. And frankly, every year you start looking and you hope that it turns out to be a good Super Bowl. I just think because of Peyton Manning and what he has done this year, records passing the ball, and the Seattle defense, which has been so disruptive. I mean, it's called, statistically, I believe it is the best Super Bowl defense since the Bears.
That'd be the Legion of Boom?
That'd be the Boomers, the Legion of Boom. And
I Googled that today.
Yeah, you did. Very nice. You're Googling a lot now. It's good to know.
Now I got an iPhone.
I need to ask, I've been hearing a lot about cruise ships and noroviruses. You came back healthy. We established that last week, right? Nothing that hit you late?
Yeah, I'm a for the Super Bowl, I'm a probable. That I will make it to watching the game as opposed to just mingling at the Cusick Super Bowl party where I usually spend most time talking about myself than watching the game. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, I think the important thing is, and frankly, everyone that like you and me, the place to be is in front of your TV or someone else's, not at the game. Because the last thing I'd want to do is be in those stands.
There are plenty of good seats available. The price keeps dropping.
It does.
The last I heard, there were supposedly 10,000 seats still available because New Yorkers generally aren't that interested in watching Denver and Seattle teams.
Well, watch it on a TV. Here's what I don't understand very quickly.
It's going to be a nice day, though.
Super Bowl aside.
40 degrees.
The Super Bowl aside, for what it costs to buy season tickets to a Vikings game, you could get the nicest and biggest big screen TV they make.
Oh, sure.
Right? So why? I never understood it. The experience of being there, and looking through binoculars
Well,
when you can watch it in front of your TV?
You do get a goodie bag. The NFL, because of the fear of cold, every seat they have like a goodie bag that includes glove, hat, transistor radio, so you can listen to the radio broadcast
isn't that
and stuff like
special?
that. So that's worth at least $20. So I mean, that's already covering the cost of the. I think they said $1,500 or whatever is the price now, and
it's ridiculous. Anyway, Kevin Cusick, thank you so much. Behind the scenes, we have CJ Sinner. Without her, none of this happens.
what's your score?
So
for
blame
the game?
her.
What's your score for the game?
24-21,
27-20 Broncos.
Seattle.
Right here.
You too,
Yeah.
Seattle? CJ?
I don't have a prediction.
You don't have a prediction?
I don't.
Pick a team. Flip a coin. Give us one.
Denver.
There we go.
Peyton,
2-1.
It's Peyton Manning's year.
We'll see.
Sports Illustrated Man of the Year.
CJ, you want to come out so people can see you?
Not really.
Okay, we'll do that next week. Bob Sansevere, Kevin Cusick, CJ Sinner. You'll see her next week right here on the videocast for TwinCities.com.